My entire life, I've dreamed about Japan. Since I was a kid, I like the culture, the people, the anime, the movies, the food, the architecture, everything about the culture. In fact, I was also obsessed with ninja and samurai. But what little boy isn't obsessed with all kinds of weird stuff? As I got older, that love did not fade away, it stayed there. And it might have manipulated in certain ways, like a lot of my friends enjoy telling me about being out, having maybe one too many drinks, and then me just blabbering about how one day I'm going to move to Japan and find a wife and get married and spend the rest of my days in Japan. In fact, I didn't realize how many people I told that to, but it goes to show me years later how much that has meant to me, how much that vision has been there over and over again throughout the years. Though, as time passes, life happens. And that term life happens usually means something like we get a job, we start doing the next step and the next step, and life is just what it is. The dreams that we've had might go to the wayside. And that did happen to me for many years. Sometimes we need some kind of extreme push to get us out of our comfort. And for me, that was COVID. Unfortunately, COVID was difficult for a lot of us, myself included. And during that time, I was back at my mom's house living on the sofa. No money, nothing. Everything I've been building for so long just felt like it went away. And coming out of COVID many years later, where my mind might not have been in the right place, I couldn't do it. I couldn't go to Japan. I couldn't get myself to do anything, really. Maybe a lot of other people can resonate with that, but I had trouble. Slowly, I started to get out of that from the support of friends, family, and mentors that helped me see I can do the things that I've wanted to do before. Even those dreams that faded away started coming back to life slowly until finally I sold all my things and left the States. I didn't go straight to Japan. In fact, it was difficult at first, and I started going from country to country, traveling about a month at a time in different countries, with the intention to find where I might want to live and also where I might want to find a wife that I could spend the rest of my life with. And the dreams about Japan were still there, but not as sharp as they were when I was younger. So then I started to travel from country to country for many months until I finally made it over to Asia, the side of the world that I've always dreamed of. I fell in love with Asia very quickly, and I made it to Japan. I spent 3 months living in Japan, finally living out my dream. I got to study Japanese. I got to walk the streets, drink the sake, meet locals, make friends, and drink beer with people. It was so much fun. And over those 3 months, while I was in Japan, living out my dream, I realized living in Japan is not for me. Even though I love it and I've always dreamed about this place, it's not for me. Now, that might have been a little different if I would have traveled straight to Japan from the States and lived there, but I didn't. I traveled around a lot beforehand, and I fell in love with another country before I got to Japan. Now, that's a story for another video, but being in Japan and living out the dreams that I've always had were so satisfying. My dreams are not see the temples or go to tourist destinations. It is to be around locals, to spend time with it, or just walk down a street with no intention at all, just to be there. And I gotta live that, and I really, really enjoyed that. Japan still has an extremely special place in my heart, and I will go back to Japan and visit often because I plan to live the rest of my life on this side of the world. So even though we have these dreams that are so strong and can hold us and bring us to do things, they might alter and change over time. But we should stick to that dream and follow it as much as possible so that when we get there, we can see how it is and how it feels. And we shouldn't live our entire life thinking, what if I would have done that thing? I wish I would have tried that dream I had. We need to try it. We need to feel it and allow life to let us know where we go next. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. This was an experimental video for me and also one where I'm sharing information about my life and my past and things that are very meaningful to me. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
私の名前はマイケルです。はい。好きラーメン。はい。好き日本酒。